What's going on, my Trainer Club? We are going to check out the GoFest prep guide in Pokemon Go to make sure you guys are ready, prepped to go for GoFest Global 2022. So, you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about GoFest Global in Pokemon Go? This is going to be an exciting time, an amazing time. Today, what we are going to do is we're going to break down everything you need to know about items, preps, and everything like that. And then next week, as we get closer, we are going to start breaking down a little bit more of what the event has in store for us. So I'm not going to go over items this week and next week. We will have two different videos. This week is going to be the items, and next week is going to be all about spawns, PvP stuff, 100% IVs, everything that you need getting close to the event. So we're gonna have two different videos, so make sure to have the notifications on the channel on and hit that thumbs up and share this video to anybody that is going to GoFest Global and needs to prep. And also, I will be at National Mall in Washington, D.C., so I can't wait to see all of you guys out there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to play, to raid, to everything like that. And if you do need anything about GoFest, what it's gonna entail, is it gonna be worth $15? You can check out the video up here because I'm not gonna go over a ton of details, because today what we're gonna do is talk all about our item prep and everything that's going on. Okay, so before we get into it, just a quick overview of the event, just a very small snapshot. We do have $15 is going to be the cost of GoFest. It's gonna go and take place on June 4th and June 5th, which is gonna go from 9 a.m. all the way until 6 p.m. local standard time. It is gonna be global, you can play wherever, which is going to be different than the GoFest Berlin, Seattle, and Sapporo. And then just a reminder, guys, if you buy this ticket, there is going to be one bonus event at the end of the GoFest 2022 season that you're gonna have access to. And I think that all these events are going to build towards that event because they put a price tag on that event of $11 if you do not have this GoFest ticket. So that means if you don't do this and at the end you're like FOMO, like I have to participate in this, it's going to cost you $11 for one day as opposed to $15 for 3 days right now. So for me, it's a no-brainer, but you know, I don't want to push you guys in any direction. I just enjoy this game and I know that I do get a lot of value and I have a lot of fun doing the process. I don't really care that much about the shinies. Sometimes I get a little bummed, but it's more about going to these areas, having the meetups and meeting trainers, and that's what really concretes my enjoyment in Pokemon Go, and I suggest that all you guys do that too. And if you do want tips on how to stay happy playing Pokemon Go, please check my video out up here because I have talked about it. And just a quick overview of some of the major things that you're going to be getting with the ticket. Number one, you are going to be able to get Landford and Shaymin, which is really cool. Also, from the incense, you will be getting things that are going to be exclusive to this event throughout the entire day. One of the biggest downsides to the Global GoFest is there's not specific habitat areas, so it's just a constant recycle of spawns. Yes, the hours switch for habitats, but you can't just stay in one of those hours for the entire day if those are the spawns that you want the most, which is what makes GoFest in person the best. Truly, I'm not just selling you guys on this. I fell in love with this way before I was a content creator, and I'm just sharing my passion with you guys. But the event incense is going to include shiny Galarian Weezing spawns. It's going to include Galarian Mr. Mime. It's going to include 4 different unknowns that all have a shiny. BGONU. It's also going to include Tropius as well as Torkoal, which are really cool regional spawns that are extremely rare. It's going to include Galarian Darumaka, Clink, and Axew, which is the new shiny, but all of those 3 do have shinies. And then finally, Pancham as well. And you're gonna have an increase in shiny chances going on. And then also you're gonna be getting 9 free raid passes per day by spinning Pokestops, which is really cool. Everything is going to be included in this ticket. The things that if you don't choose to get a ticket that are gonna be included will basically be the 4 rotating habitats. You will not have an increase in shiny chance. However, you will get a short special research, but beyond that, you're not gonna get the Landform Shaymin. You're not going to get the increase in shiny chance. You will have access to all the raid battles, which on Saturday is going to include the Groudon and Kyogre, even though they're going to be out for a while. And then on Sunday, it's going to be the Snorlax. So those things are going to be going on. Everybody will have access to those raid battles. And I just want to make sure that you guys are on the same page, that if you don't choose to participate in this, it's totally fine. Like I talked about in the other video, if your band, that's your favorite band of all time, happens to throw a concert and it's like $300 to go, and you don't care to go to that concert, it's not like you're gonna stop listening to the band. It doesn't have to be like an all-in, all-out kind of thing. I know everybody's passionate about Pokemon Go, but it doesn't have to be so crazy. You can just choose not to participate and enjoy the game as you do, right? That's it. So there's gonna be rotating habitats. I do go over it, that I did put up here a little while ago, and if you do want to see it at the end of the video, all those videos will pop up. So with all that said, let's start getting into my top tips, starting off with tip Tip number 1 is going to be all about our items. So our items are extremely crucial in Pokemon Go, right? We are playing for 2 full days, and I have been recommending a lot of Ultra Balls to you guys lately. And however, I typically on calm days, especially in the 3 hours, and I'm playing and I'm doing a bunch of other things, I haven't really even been able to use any of my Ultra Balls on any of these events. It's all about my Great Balls, because I use Great Balls first, and then I have my Ultra Balls for rare Pokemon, especially the shinies and everything like that. But for this event, I hope that you guys do have a decent amount of item space in your bag, and if you do not, you guys can just take what I am recommending and divide it by 5,000, take that percentage and apply it to your bag. But if you have a really small item bag, you're kind of gonna have a little bit of trouble with doing that. So what we are going to do is we are gonna start breaking it down for the items. I would say ideally you're going into this day with at least 1,000 Ultra Ball, Great Ball combination, preferentially a little bit more towards the Ultra Balls. That would really serve your bag the best, because it's going to be making sure that you don't have Pokemon popping out, that you don't have to worry about when you're doing skip catch. I'm gonna be prepping you guys the entire week about all of my fast catch tricks, my AR catch tricks, and everything like that that's going on in the game to make sure that we are fully geared and ready for GoFest 2022, both global and in person, because it's important to know all of the mastery of the game to get the most out of these events. How do we get the most shinies? You have to run through a lot of Pokemon, and by moving around and running through a lot of Pokemon is even better. And there are some things that do speed up, especially if you guys do see me play on live stream. You're like, how are you catching Pokemon so fast, and everything like that. So very important to have that. Then we're gonna talk about the pineapple berries. I would prefer that at least 300. In preferential, if you could get to 400 or 500, that would be best. The only problem about pineapple berries is they do slow the game down. So for me personally, I do have that effect, but I want to make sure that I can collect as much candy for the Axew as possible, because Axew is an extremely rare Pokemon. I do believe that next year will be the Axew Calm Day, but this year they're going to introduce it as they did Dino. It's going to be in the raid battles, and as they did Gibble the year before, right? So this is going to be the rare Pokemon that everybody wants a shiny of, but just beware, guys, that it will have a Calm Day, or at least be more popular at some event in the future. So do not break the bank trying to get this shiny if at some point it becomes way more prevalent that it is going to make you sad. So that is going to be there. And then as far as the golden raspberries, I would say coming in with at least 30 of them, preferably around 50 or 100 is going to be preferential because of the raid battles, and because of when you catch a shiny, if you are doing the skip animation trick, you want to just give it a raspberry, or you could even come in with silver pineapple berries. Silver pineapple berries are great because they're going to give you a little bit more candy, and they're going to give a little bit more catch incentive. Not quite as good as the golden raspberry, but it does double the candy plus 1 on everything that you do catch. So on your shinies with an Ultra Ball, you're pretty surely almost guaranteed that they're gonna catch, especially if you hit a great curveball throw. So those are gonna be everything. And then also, guys, it just depends how you're gonna play this day. If you're going to play it more based on catching, you may consider having a few star pieces, especially doing 12-kilometer eggs, which we will talk about here in a second to give you a little bit more Stardust boost. And then also, if you're doing a little bit more raid battles and you need XP, having lucky eggs is going to be very important for you guys, because you can raid a lot. If raids have been somewhat like we've seen in the past, and they do turn around so frequently. But just remember, guys, the raid battles, especially Groudon and Kyogre, are going to be going on for a week for Kyogre, and then a week for Groudon, and then 2 weeks for Mewtwo for this. So if you do need to see the June video, check it out up here. I just want to make sure you guys are really heavily focused on catching, so you do have those. And then finally, we do need to talk about incense. Incense is going to last for an hour and a half as of right now. It is only truly really effective if you walk with it. So if you are sitting and playing in a specific place, I may consider not doing incense, honestly, because I mean, do you really actually need an incense to spawn infrequently? It's more about the lore modules and everything like that, if that is going to be how you play. But to get the most out of it, honestly, guys, when I play with incense and I just sit in one spot, or in those natural spawns and lore modules, I tend to see my shiny count at very minimal. As soon as I start walking, it seems like my shiny count picks up. So I'm not sure if that's programmed into the game code, but that is definitely what I do notice quite frequently. And then, of course, as I talked about, you want to stack up on 12-kilometer eggs. 12-kilometer eggs are extremely important. They help out a lot, and most importantly, they get a lot of Stardust. So the Stardust is going to be super crucial during this game in general, so you might as well stock up when you have the chance. So with all that said, now let's get into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be all about cleaning out your bag, guys. I would prefer that you're going in with at least 33% of your bag cleaned out. I have been hoping and praying that they are going to bring a 4 times likelihood of transfer for XL candy like they did last year for the Shinx Comday, but unfortunately, it has not come out. So I am gonna hold hope all the way till the event. I do have my tagged place in my bag that is holding out for some of these Pokemon. If you do wanna see that video that I talk about it all, you can check it out up here. But when the day comes, I have an entire folder that I am just gonna go in there, select all of them, clear it out the day before Global Go Fest if it is not gonna go down, which honestly at this point, it doesn't seem like it is. I have some legendaries in there that I would prefer to get extra XL candy for that transfer, but unfortunately, as of right now, I can't do it. Like, I'm not gonna be able to play the event with only 500 space and save all the Axew and everything like that, so I'm preferring to go in with at least 2,000, which means I'm gonna have to make some hard choices. Is it going to be valuable in the future? Is it gonna have a future Comday? Is it going to be traded or tradable, right? Are people going to want it for a lucky trade? Especially some of those shiny legendaries. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna go and transfer all my shiny Kyurem, but I will transfer a lot of my regular Kyurem because at this point, the shiny is gonna prevail over the regular. Most people, unless it's my friend Matt who prefers the regular Latios over the shiny Latias and Latios, which is totally cool, totally respect that. I am not going to need the regular ones for the most part, right? So that's gonna be, is it gonna be a good IV? Will you max it out at some point or another? That's gonna be a big question. And are you holding on to it for an emotional reason? And it's not really holding a space for function or purpose. Granted, we are all collectors, we play Pokemon Go, so there are going to be Pokemon out there that you do have special sentiments for in the game, but you are not really like gonna function with it. So make sure to have those sentiments and it's not overpowering your gameplay where it's like, I can't even go out and play Global Go Fest anymore. So clean out your bag, guys. This is going to be a great time to get ready because we have 3 Comdays coming up. We have the Season of Go coming up. We have Go Fest, Seattle, which most of you guys are gonna be there. I will be there on all days, so rest assured you don't need to know when I'm gonna be there, what time. If you want to know when I'm playing, I will be playing on day number 1, but as the rest of them, I will be there each and every day and it will be very prominent of where you can find me. So don't worry about that. Which is then going to take us to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is gonna be all about where you play this event. Guys, where are you gonna play this event? I wanna make sure you guys play in a really great downtown area. So wherever you're gonna be at, have a lot of fun, be out there with a lot of people because having more people out there is gonna be a whole lot more fun. It increases your chances to get 100% IV. How does that happen? Because when you search through your bag, I suggest you guys do this frequently throughout the day. You can let the community know, like, hey, if you guys have a Discord, a Facebook group, or if you're just out in public with a bunch of people, oh my gosh, I have 100% IV over here. Everybody starts posting. People can come over there and people can get shundos. That's going to be one of the favorite parts of this event is going to be group play pointing out 100% IVs. Not only that, if you are in a downtown area that has a lot of natural spawns and a lot of Pokestops, it is going to help you out quite significantly. So guys, make sure to be out there, be prepped, be ready for everything that is coming at you with a downtown area. Something like Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. You can always check out the April 2022 Community Day locations that were all around the globe. Pick one of those parks and go to them. It's a pretty hot spot for the most part. I wouldn't say all of them. Do not do Woodruff Park in Atlanta. Do Piedmont or Centennial or even go somewhere like Roswell or Smyrna Market Village. Is going to be a much more better area than that specific location. So ask people in your local community. I'm sure there is, and if you don't know how to find it, just Google a Facebook group, try to find a Discord, go to a local area that you see a lot of Pokestops in your game and try to find a player and ask how do people in this community do communicate, or just ask. Go to a college campus, and if you can't do any of those things and you're pressed, go to a Walmart parking lot. Honestly, that's going to be a great place if you have nowhere else to go. Rest stops, even if you are traveling that day and you do need to stop on the highway. So with all that said, get into a downtown area, play with your friends, be ready for lucky trades, especially for the season to go, guys, because we have an extra special trade per day and we have guaranteed XL candy for everything you trade, which is incredible. But ideally speaking, you would trade over 100 kilometers because you're going to get the 3 regular candy plus an extra candy on top of that, and then that's obviously going to guarantee you an XL candy, so you're looking at 4 candies and the XL candy. So that's going to be the best place, but if you can't do that, XL candy is way more important, and now everybody over level 31 and up can get XL candy in Pokemon Go, so you don't even have to wait to trade for level 40s. You can already start doing it right now. So with all that said, let's get to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be all about Mega Pokemon. So if you guys do want to see my Mega Pokemon video, I know I've been linking to you guys with a lot of videos. I suggest you watch this whole video and then you come back for all the links. You can check it out up here where we talk about what you're going to get for rewards for the Pokemon. But if we are looking at this day as a generalist, if you want one specific Mega, you can do it. Ideally, it would be a level 3 Mega because that's going to get you a 25% increase in XL candy for that specific Pokemon. So if we are looking at Pokemon for the generalist day, and one of the Mega Pokemon that I am going to recommend is going to be Mega Gyarados. Mega Gyarados is going to be a water and a dark type Pokemon, and specifically, it is going to boost the Kyogre XL candy. And the reason being, number 1, we do have Kyogre. Kyogre is going to be a Pokemon that is going to be rated for that you can get extra XL candy for, so there's going to be that included. In our number 1, we do have Galarian Weezing, and that's going to be a poison and a fairy type, but Galarian Weezing does share the XL candy with regular Weezing, which doesn't make me that pressed to have to get this specific candy. And in all the spawns in our number 1, there's not really anything that's pointing out like, yes, we need the XL candy for. And then in our number 3, which is going to be Rainforest, we do have the Mudkip. Mudkip is going to be a great Pokemon to be able to catch, number 1. Number 2, it's going to have a future Mega, and Swampert is the Swiss Army knife of Pokemon. So having XL candy for Swampert is always going to be a benefit. And there are going to be other water Pokemon like Poplio, like Wailmer, and other things like that that would benefit from this, but there are some other Megas that I am going to recommend depending on the hour. Honestly, guys, man, this is hard to say, but if I were to say so, to optimize this, if you have Mega level 3 Pokemon, you would Mega evolve different Pokemon depending on which hour you are playing in, which is quite crazy. Or you could just pick one Pokemon that you want the XL candy of the most and just stick with that. Because the next Mega that I am going to recommend is going to be Steelix. Steelix is going to hit some XL candy. In our number 1, it's going to hit Magnemite. In our number 2, most importantly, it is going to hit Larvitar. Larvitar is going to be a heavy hitting Pokemon right there for the XL candy for the Mega Tyranitar at some point. And then also, it does hit Groudon. And then also in our number 2, it is going to be the Drillbur as well. So we already have a couple Pokemon in here for this one. And then it's also going to hit Trapinch in there as well. Honestly, Mega Steelix seems like a pretty good overall Pokemon, especially if you are into the Primal Groudon or you want XL candy for the Groudon and the Larvitar. Larvitar is one of the biggest ones in here for me. But there's also a couple more Pokemon out there that I would also recommend trying to get some XL candy for, and that is going to be Axew. Axew is a dragon Pokemon, so we have a couple dragon options to be able to go after there. Number 1, we can use the Altaria. Altaria is going to be Dragon Boost, and it's also going to be Fairy. Fairy Boost will actually catch the Galarian Weezing for the XL candy boost. It will also hit the Axew. Axew is going to be a little bit more rare of a spawn throughout the day, so you have to take that for a grain of salt, and it is going to be in the, if you are lucky, spawns in our number 2, and then it's also going to be in the incense spawns. Mega Steelix will also hit on the Clink spawns coming from the incense. And then we also have the Mega Charizard in there as well. That will boost fire type Pokemon and dragon Pokemon if you choose Mega Charizard X. So that's a option, and then there's not a tremendous amount of fire Pokemon spawning in this event, but the one Pokemon I'm going to point out is going to be Torkoal. Torkoal is not really that useful for XL candy though, so I would probably steer away from that Pokemon and probably choose the Altaria for the fairy boost. And then finally, we have Pancham. Pancham is going to be a fighting type Pokemon. So the fighting type Pokemon that you could use is going to be Lopunny. Lopunny is going to be fighting and normal type, so it will actually boost the XL candy from Snorlax if you are rating for that Pokemon heavily to try to get XL candy or the shiny. So those Mega Pokemon are going to be the ones that I do recommend. So as of right now, that is going to be all the prep tips that you do need. Make sure to get out there, make sure to play a lot, make sure to get ready, make sure to spin the items, make sure to open your friends gifts each and every time, because I want you guys also to have best friends, ultra friends, and great friends lined up for this event. We're all going to be playing during this time, I would hope and think. So it's a great time to stack up on all friendship bonuses, put on your lucky egg and do a tremendous amount of XP, do a couple raids on that egg as well, and get a lot of things. Having an auto catcher and everything like that, I will start prepping you guys also with a video about having items and just having the utensils and utilities ready for this event so you guys can succeed. So thank you guys for tuning in. Share this video. Make sure to keep my notifications and subs on. I appreciate you guys for being here. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.